When we think of billionaire entrepreneurs, a few names probably pop into your head right away. Musk, Bezos, maybe even Honda. But today, we're going to dive into the mind of a man who's a little less known, but who founded not one, but two Fortune 500 level companies. And he didn't do it with some complex strategy from business school. Nope, he did it with a simple yet incredibly powerful formula for life. His name is Kazuo Inamori. So, Inamori founded both the high-tech ceramics giant Kyocera and the telecom company DDI. That quote you see? It's from the Pulitzer Prize-winning author David Halberstam, who basically put Inamori in the same league as the founders of Honda and Sony. He was that big of a deal. But what's really fascinating, the thing we're going to unpack today, is how he managed to achieve all this success. Inamori himself said it flat out. I owe my success to having a philosophy. In fact, when he started Kyocera, his first investor didn't even care about the business plan. He backed Inamori's philosophy. He just had one condition: never be a slave to money. I mean, think about that. Right from the start, this set the stage for a completely different way of building an empire. It almost sounds too simple, right? We live in a world of complex spreadsheets, aggressive growth hacking, and brutal competition. So can a personal philosophy, something that sounds so soft, really be the engine behind massive global success? Well, Inamori didn't just believe it could, he proved it. Twice. So let's get into it. Let's unpack this philosophy and see exactly what makes it so powerful. Okay, so this is it. This is the heart of his entire worldview, all boiled down into one simple equation. He called it the formula for success. And what he argued is that the result of your life, or your work for that matter, isn't just about what you're born with or how hard you grind. It's a multiplication of three essential factors. So the first two parts are pretty much what you'd expect, right? You've got ability, that's your natural talent, your health, the stuff you're born with. And then you've got effort. Both of those get a score from 0 to 100. But here's the kicker. The third one, attitude, is the real game changer. Just look at its score. It goes from negative 100 all the way to positive 100. And because this is multiplication, a negative attitude doesn't just slow you down, it can literally wipe out every ounce of your talent and hard work. And this example just makes it so crystal clear. Take a look at the gifted genius on the left. Incredible ability, a 90. But with a lazy effort and a really negative attitude, their final score is less than 0, a total disaster. Now look at the dedicated worker. Their natural ability is lower, just a 60, but their massive effort is supercharged by a positive attitude and, bam, an extraordinary result. It's not even close. Inamori's own words really hammer this home. And what's so crucial about this idea is how empowering it is. It tells us that success isn't just for the lucky few who are born brilliant. It's actually available to anyone who is willing to put in the work and, this is the most important part, cultivate a mindset that's positive, unselfish, and full of passion. So what's truly amazing is that Inamori didn't just keep this as some personal mantra he repeated in the mirror. No way. He scaled it up. He turned this simple life formula into a full-blown framework for running a business, and he captured it all in a single word: passion. And this isn't just a catchy acronym, okay? This is a complete management philosophy. It totally reframes everything, from how you think about profit, seeing it as a result of your work, not the main goal, to insisting on sincerity and courage in everything you do. Let's actually zoom in on a couple of these principles to see how it works in the real world. This quote right here perfectly captures his idea of optimism. And man, is it a powerful strategy. It's this brilliant three-step process for taking huge, ambitious dreams and actually making them happen without being a fool about it. It's all about balancing that big picture vision with some serious down-to-earth planning. So how does it actually work? Well, first, you start with a massive, exciting, intoxicating dream. That's the conceive optimistically part. Then, you totally flip the switch. You plan pessimistically. You think of every single thing that could possibly go wrong, every failure point, and you prepare for it. But then, once that bulletproof plan is in place, you flip the switch back and execute with total, unwavering confidence. Because, hey, you've already planned for the worst-case scenario. All right, next up is sincerity. And to explain this one, Inamori tells this simple but totally unforgettable story he calls the parable of heaven and hell. It's all about how two identical situations can lead to completely different worlds based on just one tiny shift in attitude. Okay, so picture this. The scene is exactly the same in both heaven and hell. There's a big, delicious pot of noodles, but the chopsticks are 3 feet long, way too long to feed yourself. So in hell,
Everyone is selfishly trying to get the noodles into their own mouths, right? They're struggling, they're frustrated, and they all end up starving. But in heaven, the only thing that's different is their mindset. They use those same long chopsticks to feed each other, and so everyone eats and everyone thrives.
I mean, just think about that for a second. The environment, the tools, the goal, it was all identical. The only thing that changed was the mindset. A self-centered, me-first, win-lose approach created a living hell. But an unselfish, let's help each other, win-win attitude created heaven. For Inamori, this is the absolute core of any and every successful business relationship. Now, when you boil it all down, Inamori's philosophy isn't just for CEOs and entrepreneurs. It's really for all of us. He deeply believed that our lives are not set in stone. We are not just minor characters reading lines from a script that someone else wrote for us. No, you are the writer. You're the one holding the pen. And that attitude factor in his big formula, that is your pen. Your mindset, your principles, your choice every single day to be positive or negative. Those are the words you use to write your own story, to shape your own destiny. The power is and always has been entirely in your hands.
And that brings us to the one question Inamori would ask himself over and over again before starting anything new. Is my motive virtuous? He was convinced that a self-centered goal could never truly earn people's trust or dedication. So as you think about your own goals, your own ambitions, it's a really powerful question to ask yourself. Is the why behind what you do selfless? Is it sincere? Is it aimed at creating a win not just for you, but for everyone involved?